Omori, a game that perfectly depicts the emotions of guilt, grief, and anguish one would experience if someone dear to them were to vanish. The game also portrays the painful process of which an individual would go through for the sole purpose of acceptance and moving on from that person. But deep down, within yourself, you'll find that there will always be a lingering remembrance of your irreplaceable love for that person. For a game so heartbreaking, so daunting, why do so many people, myself included, consider this game as a masterpiece?
Maybe because we're mentally ill.
Yep, enough of that boring shit. Let's celebrate. This is the second gaming masterpiece to get a manga adaptation. What was the first? I love Omori. It is generally one of the best games I've ever played that also traumatized me for life. I played this game 6 months ago, and I still get PTSD from one sound.
The loneliness came back, worse than I remember.
So when I saw that I was getting a manga adaptation, of course I would get excited to go into another depressed state. I went into Omori full on expecting myself to go nights without sleeping from fear. But no, just tears. The only part of the story that semi-freaked me out was this pathetic ass jump scare. Who the fuck is knocking on the door at 5 a.m.? Do you know what fucking time it is, bitch? You know what? Fuck you. You seriously call that a jump scare? Man, I didn't even get scared. Again, the game did have its moments where it can get a little eerie or unsettling. For example, whenever Omori faced his fears, it kinda felt like I had to face them too. No corny shit. Like just the soundtrack in the background, as well as the fucked up visuals, bro is really out here fighting demons. Another good example is the black space. In here, shit got fucking wicked. It's almost like having a nightmare that's on anabolic steroids. It's like having that one nightmare where you're lost at a water park and you're naked. Oh, y'all never had that? My fault. Continue the video. It would be nice to see little aspects of these moments implemented into the manga without it turning into a horror manga. Because to be honest, horror mangas fucking suck. I don't think someone can genuinely get scared from a drawing and some dialogue. The second most important thing is the manga not fumbling the bag with the story. In order for this to be a good manga, we have to see the story be implemented perfectly. We have to see the emotions adapted into each character, the various switches between the real world and headspace, how Sunny deals with all the trauma, and much more. They all have to be done perfectly. Maybe not exactly how the game does it, but in a way that'll make you attached to each of these characters, in a way that it will play with your emotions like the game does. I feel that a manga adaptation can actually lead to a lot more opportunities for the story. They can play out scenes in different ways that the game couldn't, maybe even better. You went into this manga for one reason only, and it's to be fucking miserable at the end. I want to be bawling my eyes out, crying into my pillow, while listening to Final Duet on repeat for 10 hours. This game almost motivated me to buy a fucking violin and learn it, and almost push my sister off the stage. But on a serious note, this game is all about emotion. Nobody gives a fuck for these shitty ass fight scenes, lame ass mechanics. We do not give a fuck. We cared about the amount of hours spent staring at a wall after beating the game. We cared about the fact that there is now fear in hearing someone say goodnight in Japanese. Yeah, in conclusion, if they fuck this up, I will literally do an oh yeah.